Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to this professional development session, which is going to focus on iPad apps that teachers find effective. So we are going to share with you some applications that we found to be effective. Today we have 4 presenters. We have one student, Randy Sao, one of our brightest students, who's going to share with you some applications. Sometimes students have a lot to share to teach teachers, so we made sure that we brought this young man here to share some applications. I will share with you a number of applications also, and for those of you who don't know me, I am Mr. Ngoma. We also have Miss Pryor, who's going to share with you some applications. Finally, we'll have Mr. Lewis, who will share a couple of applications to end the session. And again, thank you very much for coming and enjoy the session.
For multitasking gestures, I believe they say use 4 to 5 fingers at the same time. So if you want to activate the app, you just tap the app. If you were to hold on to the app, like if you tap an app and you don't tap it and you hold on it, then you would actually the app will start jiggling and it'll have like an X or a minus sign. It's red X or red minus sign, I forgot. And that will allow you to uninstall the app. So if you want to navigate through the iPad, you just tap where you activate an app, or if you're on a browser like Safari, then you just tap the buttons, and that'll help. The way the iPad works is you don't have traditional programs like computers. You have these things that people call apps. You get them from the App Store. Of course, if you're more tech savvy, you can make your own. If you want to find an app, you think of the general function of the app. So if you want to find a volume control app, then you'll just look up like a volume control app, and you just look it up. So if you want to find the best one, you have to do a little bit of research, look at the comments. But other than that, I would just say download the app from the App Store and then try it out. If you like it, you can keep it. And then some apps cost money. Some apps that I use personally are one, Apps Gone Free. It's an app that tells you when other apps are free for either permanently or a limited amount of time.
Which one is it?
Apps Gone Free, the first one.
Oh, okay.
That's how I found InstaWeb and SmartOffice 2. Those two cost money, but I was able to get it for free through Apps Gone Free because they were free for a short period of time. InstaWeb, it allows you, it's like a browser. You go to any site you want, and then you can convert that web page to a PDF file so you can access it later without internet access. SmartOffice 2 is similar to Microsoft Office. You will have what I really like about SmartOffice 2 is it saves it in like a doc file or a docx file, so you can open that on the computer. You don't have to do anything special. You can also make Excel sheets or PowerPoint. So it's very similar to Microsoft Office. Very convenient. Bamboo paper is like a whiteboard or a notebook paper. You can use your finger as a pen, or if you have a stylus, you can use that too, and you can draw and do calculations, whatever you want to do with it. Google Drive, Google has this thing called Google Drive. It used to be Google Docs, and then they expanded it to having like a external hard drive on the internet. They have their own service for that. So I really like using Google Drive because it allows me to upload whatever I want from my computer onto my Google Drive, and then I can access it later just by using the internet. I can download it onto my iPad, or vice versa. I can upload a document file up to Google Drive, and then I can access it on my computer later. And I don't know what that is.
The link I added there, that's the iPad. If you click on that, that's the iPad forum where you can find some applications for teachers. And that one with videos and yeah, you don't need to web. Teachers can access this link through the CTP website.
Okay, looks like
Several applications there. So
website.
now, Randy is going to show us how he uses some of those apps.
Oh, okay.
Question.
Yes.
Did you find how to connect your iPad to the projector but without the cable? Like, I know there is an app, but I know they like think it costs some money. But I'm not sure.
Without,
Like, I want to be able to walk around the classroom and maybe to project
oh,
I think I know there's a program called TeamViewer that I use for my computer. I believe it has mobile device service, but I'm not sure if you have to pay for it.
what is it called?
It's called TeamViewer.
TeamViewer.
I have it on my phone. It lets me.
Everything I've found is like really expensive.
Yeah.
To do it wirelessly, it's really like a couple $100.
Okay, and if I want to share, if I plug, do I need to use iTunes and just to show them my app or how?
With this cord. Yeah, it's called iPad to LCD connector.
Which
And
one?
the oldest ad is VGA. They can give you a different tab. It's a VGA.
It's a VGA, it's an iPod, or iPad to VGA.
I think you noticed that the iPad is connected to the LCD projector and to this, the monitor, the computer monitor. And how did we do this? We used a VGA adapter that we bought at Best Buy. And you see the VGA adapter is also connected to a VGA cord. The VGA cord goes from the VGA adapter to the VGA splitter, and we connect it right here. And this allows us to display a number of apps or projects on the screen. And with this, the classroom, you can show different programs to students, different applications to students, without having to take the app or the iPad where students are. So this is a great way to use your iPad as a presentational tool, as a presentational device. And notice, for example, this program here, I translate, I connect it here, and then I can check to see how it works. I have what is going on, and I want to translate this into Spanish, not knowing what it means in Spanish. I can just go and show it here, and of course it's much easier like this for students to see how it works. So instead of showing it to one student only or taking the iPad to different students, now you can show something to everyone at the same time.
Okay, so like I said, it's very intuitive. If you want to go to the left page, you just go from the left side of the screen, go to the right, and go to the left, like dragging a piece of paper. And obviously it doesn't have do the same thing here. And if you want to access the different apps you have, like iBooks, you just tap on iBooks, and it will load the books that you have on the iPad. Like I said before, if you hold down, it'll start jiggling, and then you can actually start uninstalling apps. Yeah. And then if you want to get out of this, just press the home key, and it'll stop jiggling. So that's very handy. Do you have any apps you want to show?
Yeah, we want to show you, we don't have Google Drive here.
Jose Solomon Zuniga, report to the main office. Jose and Solomon Zuniga,
Okay.
to the main office.
You have Google Drive there. You can just activate Google Drive. It'll load. You have to sign in. You have to have a Gmail account or a Google account.
You using it?
Yeah, all my files are on Google Drive. So I don't lose any USB drive because I lost by now like 2 or 3. So I have everything.
So, you can see I have usually their files for school and stuff. So you can just upload files, you can create your folders and organize them. It's like activate using Google Drive on the computer, except now it's on your iPad. So if you want yes.
Send it to my docs, like docs.
Google Docs?
Yeah, I mean, that's the same thing, is what I'm saying, it's the same thing.
Yeah, if you were to go to docs.google.com, it will actually take you to my, yeah, it's like similar to Dropbox, yeah. That's another app you can use. I personally use Google Drive because I don't want to make multiple accounts. Let me log out.
And let's go to, try the InfoWeb, you showed it.
I don't think we have InfoWeb. But, this is bamboo paper, like I said. It's not doing anything like that. I guess it doesn't let you do that.
Now, the bamboo paper is an application that I use. That one is
Oh, there you go.
really good. So if I'm
So-
using the iPad and I want to demonstrate something.
Right here, like right here, now you can just, use your finger to write, so, I can write my name. And then, there's multiple colors, and there's a highlighter.
And you can erase.
So yeah, that's an example of apps you can use.
And you can also take it to a student and then demonstrate something.
Yeah, to show, I like that, yeah, it's nice.
And, well, I don't know exactly what teachers need for apps.
You don't need to, no, it's fine. Folks, if you don't mind, we're gonna keep it right there.
Yeah, no. I gotta put my lip gloss on. Yeah, I just.
Call the main office, Miss Ella Cruz, please call the main office.
No, you need to do one with the iPad.
I'm only going on the right side.
I'm going to show you just a couple of applications that I use.
Okay, so the iTranslator that I just showed you there, you see the iTranslate, this is a great application. You want to see a word a student cannot say a word in English, for example, get them to say the word in Spanish and translate. So for example, go, what's go in Spanish? If you, okay, so there it is. So that's go right there. You go to translate and you have it there. You can select the language by just clicking here and you select the language that you want.
Does it have Romanian though?
Let me see. Romanian.
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
it's
I
there.
cannot believe it. Yes, it is.
And you just select the language. So you say go in English. What is it?
Okay, of course.
Okay.
What's the name of this one, Mr.
This is iTranslate. Okay, so here is another one. So that one was iTranslate, a great application. Another one,
Yeah, teacher kit.
okay, Teacher Kit, I believe we're all using it now. Okay, one application that the student showed me is Pick Stitch. Yeah,
Excuse me, I'm sorry for interrupting. You said teacher kit?
Yeah, Kit.
I'm not familiar.
Oh, okay. I'll show you. I'll pull it up in a second. So you see this one? This is Pick Stitch. I misspelled it. It allows you to organize your pictures. So you can, if you want 2 pictures here, 1 here, you can just get your pictures here. So there's one of my students showed me the application. So it's okay. Quizly, folks. Quizly is an application I use almost every day as a warm-up. It has some great questions, and so I can go to this one, for example, the speed at which honeybees fly is. So I ask the class, and so we go over it and see. I didn't get it right. Okay.
This question, is it curriculum specific? Can you make it?
No, these are not specific. These are just a general education questions. For example, coffee originally comes from South America, Oh, Africa. It's Africa. Okay. Who plays the role of Padme Amidala in Star Wars?
Knightley, Keira Knightley. Let's see.
Wrong. Okay. Okay. Which is not a race from the computer game. Brain Pop. You guys, I believe you're using Brain Pop, right? Brain Pop is this one here, which has a whole bunch of videos. I always go to the free videos. And you can select the subject. You see here you have social studies, English, math, arts, health. So you can go there and search, you know. Let's just look. If you click on play video, it will play the video. And then you have questions at the end. Take a quiz, they can take a quiz at the end. Okay, so that's a Brain Pop. If you have an account, you can actually get the videos that are not available. Harding used to have a subscription to Brain Pop. For some reason, we don't have it anymore. TED, this one has great videos. TED, and these can be specific to different subjects. And you can find something that's actually happening now. I use this for extemporaneous speaking. Get students to see how people give presentations, 3-minute, 4, 5-minute presentations, and then get them to present the same one. And we have different people here, from young people to older people. You even have Colin Powell here. So great videos, TED. GramUp. GramUp is an application I use for my ESL students. And sometimes I also tease my other students, tell them to GramUp. And I found this application through that iPad link. There's one link there. So GramUp here, and there are several applications where students can practice their grammar. You have Grammar Lite, Grammar Quiz, and you also have Dictionary.com. You see Dictionary.com, where is it again? Dictionary.com is right there. So with this, you can go there and check it. GramUp, where is? Okay, GramUp is right there. And look at what you have here. Some of my kids will. The kids I had last semester, they would come every day. Can I play grammar, please? Can I? So I set it to a test, select the test here, and let them take it. So this is GramUp, and they're coming here for CIVs, but at the same time, I'm helping them improve their knowledge of English. Game analysis. I also use this to analyze games. So I get my students here, we have a movie experience. So like you go to the movies, you're watching a movie. So we come sit here, and then I tell them about what to look for, things to look for. So I go to notes here, and I tell them this is what I want you to look for. So we're going to talk about the premise, the audience, the characters, the objective, the challenge, category of the game, and so on and so on. So now, when we finish, we go to the game. And we have a whole game center here, where we have a whole bunch of games. They can just select a game, and we play the game, and then we talk about the game. Students expect me to buy them popcorns and so on while we're watching this, but you know, those things are not allowed. TinyTap is a program that you can use to create games. This one, you take a picture of someone, and then you get them to, you create a game with this. See, I was playing with this TinyTap. So create a game, you can click there and create. So you have a question, who is this? So I had Mandela there, and who is bigger? You can see an example of a game there. So that's a TinyTap. There are many more applications. iBooks. Look at this. I go to several books here. I downloaded some books here. And look at the books that you can find here. I have quotes every day. I read a quote to my students.
and I get the quotes from here, and they say, oh, you're trying to be smart now, because I can go there and then pull a quote and then read the quote to them. And you can also see the Guinness World Record book is there, so you can check who holds a record. You know, the jokes, look at the jokes, because sometimes I don't always have those American jokes that can connect to the kids, so I can go here and find some jokes.
Tell us your favorite joke.
Oh, I don't have one. Okay, if you go, I can tell you my favorite quote. Look at here. The best angle from which to approach any problem is the triangle. The best angle from which to approach any problem is the triangle. So try it. You see? And so you have, look at that. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking places. So every day I throw in a quote and then we just talk about it. So the program is iBooks, and you can download all kinds of books.
So this one was 101 quotation or 100?
101 quotations, yeah. Now this one, the teacher toolkit, this one, Mr. Lewis, look at this. You have different classes, for example, and I can take pictures of my students, link students to their names, pictures to their names, and you can take attendance. Miss Pryor introduced me to this, and I use it now. So you can see, you can check attendance there. You can write the behavior there, the grade. This is where I check their participation. So if I'm walking around with this, students know that I'm grading their participation.
Question.
Yes.
How do you do, I try to do the grade book, to set up the grade book, but you have the final weight.
Oh, for me, it just comes up.
Yeah, when you go to enter grade, I'm sorry, you can make it, it'll ask you what weight you want it to be.
Yeah, I know, but if I'm selecting, they will make like 220, or each they will not actually do like the one that you made. Like you have 40, 20, this is like.
Oh, yeah.
You have 40.
Yeah, it equals it all the same, where it's,
yeah. Like I had 100, but again, if I had 7 tests, they will make 700.
Well, I count everything equal in my class, so. All right, and
Lucky you, I don't. So that mess.
All right. I left my iPad at home, so I apologize. But the apps that I like to use, one is called Easy Assessment. You can create groups, you can create assessments, and you can create rubrics for those assessments. And so when I do a lot of, they have to create a role play or a public service announcement or whatever, so I can give them the rubric for whatever it is the assignment is, and then I can just check it off real easy based off of that rubric. So that one I like. There's one, Easy Assessment, and I think it's E-Z, the letter E, then Z, Assessment. And actually what I may do is I'll pull it up on the App Store.
What's the connection?
Oh, okay.
Miss Jackson, please call the main office. Miss Jackson, please call the main office. Miss Adams.
This one's it. It's $1.99. But for me, $1.99 to make life so easy, I like it. So.
And do you know what's the difference between them?
The portfolio, no. We can just see. Oh, you know what? It keeps it. I didn't have enough storage, I don't think. Like, it makes their portfolio. So that's probably why. The other one that I use is called eWallet. I don't use this I use it for personal as well as school. This one's it right here. No, that's not it. Well, maybe it is. I got it because I store my passwords and stuff like that. Like, you can put your Social Security, your driver's license, your insurance, your medical cards, but it'll generate a password for you. So, like, when you have every 90 days, we've got to change our password in NCWise, or I've got to remember my McCrell login, and I've got to remember my PD login, and I've got to remember. So I have all those in there, as well as my personal stuff. And you can set up different wallets within your wallet so that you could have, you know, one for your spouse, one for your children, one for the house, one for, and I use it for everything, like from my frequent flyer number to my Harris Teeter Vic card number to, you know, more important stuff like my insurance numbers and accounts and my car loan and my, so I like it, and I use it a lot for everything. I mean, it's good at school for the passwords and stuff, but it's also, I like it for other things too. Then there's the QRaptor, like that makes the QR codes. There's several of those out there that are free. I like to use those in the classroom because it allows the kids to pull their phones out and they can use their phone to do it. There's one called RL Classic, that's a red laser. I like to use that in my class because when I do nutrition, I just have them pull out their food and it reads the barcode. It's called RL Classic. It reads the barcode on their food, so it pulls up like their nutritional information and information about the product. So I use that. I use Animoto, which allows you to take pictures and make photos. So especially for like my ESL kids, they could take pictures and make a video to show me the same thing that my English-speaking students are using on pen and paper for, because it's easier for them to understand than it is. It's more stressful for them to sit there and trying to figure out how to translate it and what to say. I can take a picture and set it to music and do it that way. I also use iMovie. iMovie costs a little bit of money, but you can create your own thing, or you can pick a selected format, kind of like when you go in to make your PowerPoints, you know how you can select a pre-format so you can make your own, and it gives them segments to do.
What's that one called?
iMovie.
Oh, iMovie.
There's also Class Dojo. The only thing I like TeacherKit a little better than Class Dojo, only because you get to create these fun little monster faces for your kids, but it's basically like behavioral. It does keep points though, so like if you do a lot of Q&A and give participation points that way, it's a good way to track it. I like the TeacherKit because I can do attendance and grades and behavior all in the same thing. I can email the parents right from there, so if I've inputted the parent's email address, I can send them right there on the spot, where Class Dojo is not as user-friendly like that.
Could you try that? Could you go to TeacherKit and check for one of my classes and show me how you send it in?
Sure. Is yours okay? So, like, say I'm here for behavior, and say Andy. So here's Andy. If you would enter his parents' email address, you could send them an email and say whatever. This is Andy's third absent. Make a in your notes, you could copy and paste in the notes the attendance letter, and then you could just paste it into the email and do it that way, or behavior or grades. So like if I had his whatever, I could email his grades to his parents. So that makes it nice, positive and negative, but it's quick. Hey, Andy did a great job in class today. Ask him about XYZ product that he made, or whatever, just so you've got that communication. Let's see. Another good one to get is the Apple Store app. The cool thing about that is, the Apple Store is either at North Lake Mall or South Park, and if it's on the weekend and you need to take your device in, you're looking at a couple hours wait. They'll tell you they'll take your name and come back in a couple hours. The Apple Store app will let you make an appointment. And so you can show up. You still may have to wait a few minutes on either side just because it's a retail store. But I just like the convenience of, okay, I know if I go within a 10, 15-minute window on either side, I'm going to get in, which is nice. The other one that I like to use with my kids is called Kid Blog, and it's free. I think it's free. Yeah, it's free. And you can create a class blog, and kids can go in and do whatever.
But can they log in from their computer at home?
You know, I don't know, because I do my stuff in stations, so this would be one of their stations, is that they would have to create the blog that day in class. So it just depends.
I thought you were creating like a blog to keep a contact while they are not in class, right?
I'm pretty sure that you can create a URL and it gets posted, or you can connect through like Facebook and Twitter. Most of them do. Hang on, they'll probably tell you.
How are you going to be able, in D building downstairs, we don't have access to the Wi-Fi, so we can't use it.
That's the house.
Yeah, so we can't use the internet downstairs.
Oh.
It looks like it can only be from Apple devices.
Okay.
So if they have an Apple device and they have the app, then they can access it. Otherwise, they can only access it in class. The other thing, to connect this, do I have to hit eject, or I can just disconnect it? Like if I want to,
You want to go back to
I wanted to show something on the
computer?
on the computer, yeah.
Unplug. Go there. Let's see where it's going. Yeah, and then get the computer cord that's somewhere there.
This one?
No, it's somewhere here. It's on the floor.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you remove that one. Right.
Get some videos on here that I want to project it to the Romanian board and show to the kids. How do I do that?
That's the code that I was showing them. The code you need to find. Right there.
Right.
VGA.
So my other apps that I use are like health and PE specific. So I won't bore y'all with those. But I did find, the other thing that I do a lot is when I go into the App Store, there's you can have the different categories, and they have ones for education, and I just touch See All, and I just scroll through and see, and I can't remember what the name is. I was telling Ms. Brinkman about it, but it's an app where it gives you a foldable basically, but it's a 3D foldable. You could do like a cube, a heart, a car, all these different shapes. You can draw pictures on them. You can put photos on them. But what I like to do is I put questions on them, and then my kids will answer them, and then they'll make the shape of whatever it is. And then that's like their little study tool or whatever in class. It just gives them a tangible, and it helps them remember certain facts.
So does it show them step by step?
Yes.
And what's the name?
I can't remember, and I don't have my,
How do you get there? You said you put...
that one I actually found I went on the App Store site. Hang on, let me see if I can. I just went to where it said, like, featured.
Okay.
And then there's one that says education.
Okay.
And I just hit the See All, the news and noteworthy, so I hit See All. I think, I'll see if I see it real quick on here. But yeah, that one was fun. So I did find this website. It's called thatquiz.org. It's free. And basically, you can upload all your tests. There are some tests on here. Health is not one of the categories that they have on there, so I have to upload all my tests. But it generates a test code, and so you would take your kids to the computer lab. They would enter their test code here, but I'm going to sign in so I can show you So here is my teacher site. So I have 3 classes that are in health right now. So here is my first block class. I want to see their tests. They've had 2 tests. There's the test code. However, if I wanted to, I could create a URL. Yes.
Can you copy and paste, like, questions and stuff like that? Or you
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the things I like.
Oh, yeah. So if I want to see their grades, here are their grades. I also do, you could do multiple choice or short answer essay. So I've actually graded all these essays. So this, I would say, so when I go into grade, the first score would give me the grade on all their multiple choice. So then when it went to essay, these are their essays. And so,
Does it allow the kids on the multiple choice to see what they got wrong and what they...
well, you have that option.
Yeah.
You also have the option to let them go back and change their answer. You have the option to give them a time. But what you could also, the other option that I like about it is like my kids with IEPs that say only you're supposed to get 2 choices to select from instead of 4, you could create a second test. It's already in there. You just duplicate it and then take off 2 of the choices for them and give them a separate test ID. But as far as everybody else knows, they're taking the same test. And so, yeah. So I have the option to put how many points I want. Like this one only counted 1 point. I always ask like reflective questions for me at the end of my test. And then, so if I wanted to change it and give her a 0, I would have to say, and then I would go to the next, but it's real quick. You know, I don't have to go through a whole lot of flipping papers and marking the number down. I can grade it right then and there and then decide how many points I want. So here's my students in my class. And they actually have their own web page, so if I wanted to give it to them, I could.
Do you type those names in, or do they come up?
I do, but it's real quick. So like say I wanted to add a new class. This is class ABC. And I can select their grade level. And then I can just say blah, 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 blah. I mean, it's real quick. So my math teachers in here, they already have a lot of, they have integers, fractions, geometry. There's some, so if you click on them, it shows you different things. Science, it already has some, but for the most part, I don't have, there's no health, there's probably not much CTE, there's probably not much ROTC stuff that you could use. So you would do design, and then I could, these are my tests that I have in there now, but say I'm going to do a matching test. I put the test name, and then I can put the vocabulary word and the definition, or the math problem and the answer, or whatever. The artist name with the piece that they created, however you wanted to do it. I mean, they could be a simple quiz to a full-out test. So it just depends, but I really like it. It grades it for you, which is beautiful. You know, that's my biggest thing is I hate to grade papers, and so I always try to think of stuff to be quick and easy, and all I do is I go in and print it. I usually don't write the test code up and leave it anywhere because they could technically go back in and take the test again. So I either verbally say it to them or I'll put it up on the board for just a second and then I erase it. But in the computer lab, it's easy. You can just be like, type, blah, 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 and then they don't remember it. So that's I love that. It makes life really easy. Are there any other questions?
What do you use the kids' blog for?
Well, you could do whatever. Because my topic is so easy as far as topics for them to write on. So I can have them, usually a lot of it's what's in the news. So it just so happened that I just finished my alcohol, tobacco, and other drugs unit with my IB kids, or like nutrition. We had the ABC board come out and do the obstacle course with the golf carts and the beer goggles, so we talked about that.
So you just have them to blog about it?
So I just give them a prompt and they do whatever. Like, whatever and it's got to be user-friendly for sure, but...
Right.
But it's also linked to them, too, so you can see who's posting what. It's not like a free-for-all.
So with the kids log, do you have to, because I created a class, do you have to put in actual names of the students in the class?
I did. But, you know, some people do ID numbers,
Oh.
but it's not like it's out there on the web, so it's not quite the same. It's just for your class, so you could use names, or you could use their ID numbers just to protect.
Right. Where do you add the names though?
Hang on.
When you say, so I created a class, day 1, period 1. Where does it
Also, you want to mention that the application so that you talk about?
and add the name?
See where it says users, one. So,
Randy is going to mention one application.
Okay, so there's this app that someone reminded, like, someone said something about if you control your
you can show your iPad.
iPad. This isn't, you don't control your iPad with this per se, but you can control your computer remotely using your iPad. So, for example, with TeamViewer, I can control this if I install TeamViewer on this computer and I install the app on this iPad. I can control the computer using this iPad from like over there. So you can use the internet.
So actually it's not showing.
It doesn't show what's on the iPad. Instead, you can remotely control your computer.
Oh, and it's free.
Yes, if it's not for non-commercial reasons, it's free. The way it works is your monitor would also appear on your iPad, and you would just control it like you would on the computer.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Install it on what, the iPad?
You install. Okay, the way it works is it's like a link you create. You install it on the computer and you install it on the iPad. And then on your computer, if you activate the program, it will have this like identification number and a password that you use to log on with your iPad. So then if you do that, you can now remotely control your computer with your iPad. So if you do that, so if I'm over there, I can like move the mouse or the cursor, or I can activate word processor or whatnot that's already on the computer. So you can't use with the iPad and it shows up. It's not like connecting it via VGA cable, but it is similar to the fact that you can walk around it and still control the computer.
So if you had a PowerPoint presentation, you could just advance it that way instead of having to keep going up to the computer and hitting the arrow button.
Yes, you can. Yes. However, I don't know how, since it uses the internet, it could be slow, especially if your internet is a little bit slower. And also, if you are playing a video on your computer, your iPad wouldn't be able to sync up as quickly because it's a video. But if you're just doing basic things like slideshows, that doesn't require a lot of processing power, then you can definitely do that with your iPad from far away.
Yes, Mr. Lewis.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, Mr.
Hi.
Oh.
Ms. Dela Cruz, please call the main office. Ms. Dela Cruz, please call the main office.
Mr. Nagoma wanted to be interactive and to allow everyone to have a little input. Mine's not going to be as in-depth, but there was something that I wanted to use, that I use on a daily basis called Symbaloo. It's basically an organizer. It's like an app, except it's for those people who may not have the iPad or the function of an iPad. As you see, they have the apps here that you can maneuver and manipulate. And for example, for myself, I created just a little app store or applications where I put everything else that I need, Edmodo or whatever, whatever function I may need. But for those who don't have an iPad, or for someone who wants to use their computer, you can use the internet and create sort of an app locator here. Okay? Symbol. Did mine cut off? Did it cut off? Let's see if it cut off. For example, if I want to go to Edmodo, just select Edmodo. Hopefully it'll come up.
Mr. Lowe, can I ask you something about Edmodo? Do you find that Grenadier works slow?
Yes.
Okay.
It bogs down. It bogs down.
I love the function.
Use Schoology. It's much better.
That'll be next semester. I'm already in Schoology.
Yeah, Schoology.com. That's what I use.
I've heard that. Does it ever go slow?
No.
Oh, good.
But one time it deleted one of my classes.
What?
One time it deleted one of my classes. I cannot retrieve it. No, Schoology.
Well, I've got so much built into Edmodo from, like, that I could use from last year, this year, pre-made tests and stuff
Okay,
like
one
that.
connection.
So it's hard to change. It's just gonna take time, you know, but I want to.
Folks, I would like you to thank the gentleman here.
Thank you for your good job.
Well, we seem to be having some issues with the iPad, but this can be done on your computer. If you set it up, Symbaloo.com, and you can create your own apps locations. For some reason, it's not working with the iPad, what you were saying with yours, right? Because I never used it with the iPad, but you can use your regular CPU. And, of course, you can go to any of these functions at Moto, Twitter, your CMS. This is my CMS location, which allows me to access my email, my personal intranet a little quicker. All this stuff is up here on the screen. As soon as you come in, as soon as you log on, you go to your Symbaloo, and it's right there. So you don't have to keep going back to this. The only thing I can't do is NCWise. But, for example, Elements is here. If I'm going to create a test, that kind of thing, everything is right here.
So you can do that on your CMS computer?
Yes, on your CMS computer.
And you don't need to have like some authority, authorization, blah,
No,
blah,
all you're doing is creating the links, and it look like apps. It look like apps. These are basically just links, and it look like apps. It's just a storage, and you can go to slide. That's what I'm not sure. I'm not sure because you see I'm having issues now with the iPad, so I'm not sure.
And you can also download that to your phone. I did that. It's on my
look, it's working.
Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. So now it's working. I'm going to close that. You have your elements.
Favorites or whatever.
Bless you. Yeah. Elements is, you know. That's just an example of what you can do. The other one Mr. Nagoma wanted me to show was the word photo. This is what I did. I guess it's something interesting for students. It was something that I think they enjoyed. And you probably can find some much better software. For example, if you have a picture, it's called Word Photo, I think. Word Photo. It's a picture of Martin Luther King, but it's also like you have the Wordle. You put in the different words that may describe the student, and it basically creates the caricature of the picture. So, for example, for Martin Luther King, I put in different words like dreamer, king, boycott, fighter, champion, love, civil rights, that kind of thing, and it created the background images for it. Now, I did this for all my students in first semester and gave them pictures and put them up in my room. It's just something, I guess, to get to know them. It's a, interesting little, something for them to do. And I think they pretty much enjoyed it. A lot of them liked it because they came with all kind of silly names and acronyms for themselves, so. But that's just one, two little things that I use. Okay, I thought you might find interesting. And that other one, the first one I gave you, was it's good for those people if you don't have your iPad with you, or if you just need to put in your grades or just access some information very quickly. It helps. Okay, Symbaloo helps like that. It helps organize. And that's it.
That's really great. Thank you.
And I'm going to try some of those educational apps. That was very good. And this is my own personal one, so you'll see all this stuff on here. This is my own personal iPad.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nagoma.
Folks, as you can see, we are a team.
Yeah, I love that.
Together, each achieves more.
That's right.
This is what we need.
So show me that,
Okay. This.
because I videotaped some students doing a skit, and my state school is going to judge it. Okay.
Where do you want our,
It's called the BTA.
Uh-huh.
To iPad.
evaluation?
Okay, to the iPad, to the Promethean.
This is just a regular BTA.
Oh,
This is the one. And then you connect it to this. So that part, you usually have two here.
And
You go
one
to
there.
where it goes to one.
But I don't have that. I have a Promethean board, so is this all this information is attached to the
Then
Promethean
ask
board?
Mr. Harris.
That one, ask for,
Ask
I think
Mr.
I need
Harris.
it before he comes, when is he coming back?
I think that he came.
or I can
Is he
come,
back?
I told him that.
I can come and then look and see.
Yeah, because the kid's gonna come in and, pull up all the videos from the iPad so they could, judge the winning video.
Okay, so let me come and look, and I'll bring this.
Oh, okay.
That's how I can.
Oh, okay.
Question, I saw that you have the Pearson thing. Were you able to get in? Because I was able to get in. Like, they are asking me, server, and I have no idea. I cannot find. No, this one. Like, when I want to select the school, they say they don't find the district. Yes. Something, server address. I saw it on your right. This one or the other one? One of these.
Okay. Oh, Power School, no. No. Power School, isn't that the program they're about to switch to from NCY? So NCY on until they set us up to Power School, we cannot use it.
Okay,
So
that's why I
once we are
cannot
set
go.
up,
Oh, right. Okay.
or I don't know, but
I was like, yeah, I saw it and I say, okay, what's this? I cannot use it.
but this is the best one.
Oh, yeah, I know.
But this
This
was Power
newspaper told
School,
me.
Power Teacher is, no. Power School is different from Power Teacher.
Yeah, Power School and Power Teacher are two different things, but I cannot access any of them, and I have no
This is the
idea.
new NCY.
The new MCY, all right. So definitely I cannot use it. Yes, and Power
But this I
Teacher.
think can work.
Because I heard that it's also an iPad, an app for my textbook, and it's made by Pearson. The Pearson,
Yeah, the company.
the company is the same, yes. The publisher is also the same, and that's why I downloaded this, because I thought, seeing also the books, I thought it was my book, and then I didn't see it yet, so that's why I thought to know how to solve it. And another one that is also with documents is this one, Docs2Go, but also it costs money.
Oh, okay. I use a document instead of that.
Is this document or?
Is that a word? What
Yes,
document?
yeah,
is
you
a word?
have, you have all of them.
Okay.
You have all of them. What is it? See, Doc, also EXL, PowerPoint, and PDF. All of them. Yeah, all of them.
Oh, so this is like the Dropbox. Where you upload it.
Actually, like Microsoft Office too.
Okay.
So you can convert to see, because you know that Microsoft.
Docs2Go.
Yeah, Docs2Go.
Okay.
So you can.
Why didn't you
But I
come up
didn't
here?
know. I had no idea that we
I
can come
wanted,
in just
you
to
know,
share.
I wanted people to come up here and share.
I didn't know.
We just get in on the next one.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
next
on
one.
the
I
next
think
one,
this
okay.
was so successful. I think we need to have
We
another
need
one.
to have another one and to share more. And another question.
Okay, next time. Oh,
When do you think that you're going to do the next one?
when do you want me to have another one? Host another one?
I think maybe
In 2 weeks?
In 2 weeks.
Or, yeah.
Every 2 weeks.
or maybe once a month.
Yeah,
You
okay,
need a
yeah.
little playtime.
We can do
Always
this
some other
once a
meeting
month
going on, but I appreciate being able to walk
Yeah.
in and just sit in and get information.
and have people come and share and
Yeah, because this is how we find